All right, welcome to another week, another day of Ether Raid. This is the next match in the group. We have the trailer or the banner, yeah. So that's what we're going to talk about for this one as we go through our matches here. We're going to go with the Gale Force team here. Fur is still very, very strong. This Fur is so powerful. She still one-taps in most things, most safe armors. And I think that should be the case until, I want to say maybe Valentine's banner. Maybe we'll get a new armor around. Typically we get a new armored unit around Valentine's that's really strong. So I don't see why it would be any difference this year. Unless it's a different theme. But I mean, Valentine's is such a big theme. I don't see them changing that. Whereas they've changed the desert banner for this year, and who was it? KCB made the funniest joke that they looked around at all the deserts and said, "We've done all of them. We've been through all of here before, and the only thing is left is the sky above it." And that's why we have a flyer banner now, where the desert banner is no more, and we're up in the sky with the flyers. And to be honest, I'm not really too impressed with the design choices. The unit selection is, I guess, your typical for when you're looking to sell a banner. You got Mia, got a 3 houses unit, Hilda, and Azura as well. A lot of popular characters that should presumably do well. So the selection makes sense there. It's just the designs. I'm looking at the designs and the art style. The art style is fine, actually. It's just the designs that I find a bit boring. They just look like Florina. They all look like Florina, and I'm kind of like,
You have orders?
okay, that's cool, I guess. I mean, Florina looks like Florina, and that's fantastic. But when everyone else looks like Florina, it's kind of boring. So,
Good morning.
just overall, not very enthused. I mean, looking at the desert banner from last year, where you had Midriff Crom, I mean, that was just fantastic design. I liked the idea behind it. Even Nino with the cape, I thought looked really cool. These are just, not the most like flyers. I mean, what can you really do? I mean, look at the Wind Tribe banner, for instance. There's a lot of inspiration there in terms of how they look to the designs there.
You have orders?
Where again, I just it's not the most inspirational for me. So I guess that's one point that I probably wanted to make. And then overall, I think the units look fairly strong. Mia, you're gonna get what you typically get from a Mia. Fast, does a bunch of damage, lots of new skills. Kind of makes me think about that Ashidan Festival Mia, the Axe Flyer one, and kind of makes me feel a little bit disappointed. Maybe they should have held off a bit with releasing that version, since maybe they didn't know what they were going to do. More than likely they did. There's no future planning. Like Joel says, it doesn't look like there's anyone in charge at IS that has a vision for where they're planning to take things. So yeah, I doubt they had any idea that they would have had another Mia that's a flyer at this stage. We've had quite a few flyer Mias at this point, to be honest. Mia Fur is just wrecking house here. We're gonna use her to clear most of this. Got to take out the dual unit first, and then we can proceed from there. But yeah, we got another Mia that's a flyer, and I don't know, man. That Hoshidan Mia, it just makes me feel like if they had waited a bit longer, she would have been way more dominant in terms of skill inheritance. Brian made a lot of good points in this video, man, saying that skill inheritance just like you can give all, like, which is something that I concur. I agree with. This is a thought that I've had for quite some time, which is why I was like the most disappointed in the fact that Grail units were like decline, removing some of those options, because you can give all the skills in the world to a unit and it still won't really compare that much to a new banner unit, like a new release unit. You're better off with just getting something new than trying to invest with the skills and the inherits and the fodder and dragon flowers, the stones, the aided essence. There's so much that you'd have to give to one unit just to make them comparable to a unit that is in the current meta, that is like brand new. There's a lot. You basically have to fodder a brand new unit to an old unit just to have the old unit be relevant. And that's kind of a waste, if you ask me. That's a bit too much. Just to have them be relevant. And it's kind of the thing where I have my my Hannah, and I haven't like been able to update her because I don't have any pair up fodder, which is partly my own fault for not really summoning, going hard on banners and summoning for fodder. But then I feel kind of restricted in terms of just being able to build my units, which I feel like is a big focus of the game, unit building. The problem is unit building is expensive and a lot of times unrewarding, or is that a word? Not rewarding, because you build the unit and then 2 months later, you build rather an old unit. 2 months later, they're completely obsolete because they can't keep up with the new stuff that's been coming out. Looking at the bouquet, I feel like I have to get a bouquet for Hannah now just to have her be relevant. You want to give, it's not even you want to, you have to give them all the stuff for them to be meta relevant. If you want your old unit to do good in some of the most competitive game modes, you kind of feel like you need to. I mean, if you're skilled enough, you can work around with whatever is available. But, if you just want to get that extra edge, you really got to max invest, and it takes a lot. I haven't max invested into any unit in a long time, again, because fodder is just so premium now. I can't even, looking at New Year's Boulder, the thought of foddering her just even if I got one, the thought of merging her just feels like a waste. So yeah, it's complicated now. And again, back to the original point, I was like, I don't even feel bad to not be getting the Grail units, because building them is just like a bottomless sink where you're just pouring fodder into it, pouring water into it. Not a bottomless sink, bottomless pot, hole, something. Just pouring into it, and it's just leaking out the other side. Yeah, you're just not seeing a return on that investment. But back to the banner. Really powerful Mia. Expect her to do well. Fast flyer. Have a few of those now in the meta. Celestial form, finally, on a unit that we can fodder. If you haven't already foddered the Mythic Boulder, which I typically merge my defense mythics because score loss is important to me, and minimizing lift loss is important to me. And then so yeah, this Mia, you could probably fodder her. There's so many melee flyers now that I don't really see the need for another one. Granted, we probably don't have one that's red at the moment. Aside from scratch that. There's Marth. So Marth is a thing. So yeah, you probably don't even really need this Mia, if I'm being completely honest. Definitely someone that you could fodder and then build some. Fodder her to... Oh man, what's that flyer that we just got that has the rearm stuff? Jesus. Hinoka, yeah, fodder her to Hinoka and use Hinoka to pass off those skills. I think that's a great use for this Mia, unless you just want to use the Mia for fun. Some new stuff on her. This whole new true incited, true Dragon Wall. Is this just IS's way of? Well, I mean, again, uninspired.
I won't lose.
But then also, you don't really need to change the name of it. You don't want to, it would be confusing if it's a whole new thing, which then just ends up still being incited. So I guess, what else can you really do aside from call it true? But then when you call it true incited, you cannot release another version of it. This is the be all and end all. So I don't know. Again, just uninspired stuff there from IS. Lack of creativity, in my opinion. And something as simple as naming a skill. Yeah. So yeah, that's Mia. She has a couple more things on her, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, better flyer skills, better unit fodder. That's Mia in a bag. This match is done. This was really challenging, actually, but luckily we had enough actions to clear through. And Boulder is being Boulder, still, doing her best. Kind of losing speed checks here, but I'm just trying to deal with it. Use her and try to keep winning. I don't think she'll perform very well after her bonus season without some type of support. You're going to need to give this unit support, this New Year's Boulder, for her to continue to perform well. I haven't really been able to get the most out of her dual button either, which is, her dual button is really interesting. So let's see how that plays out in the future. All right, here's the second match here. So yeah, we're gonna keep going. Another defense here that is a little bit complicated. It's really just the kind of boxed in. Once we're able to get past that, it's pretty simple. I think Sigurd is probably the most threatening unit here, and once we take care of Sigurd, or once we avoid Sigurd, we should be good overall. Yeah. So, and also Lynn, gotta avoid Lynn, Emblem Lynn on defense there. Which, man, it's been such a long time since Lynn, when she came out, she was everywhere, and now, it was really fun too, having Emblem Lynn plus Sigurd on the same defense, and you just cover so much threat range that, it just forced the opponent all the way to the back of the map. That was kind of fun. But meta is completely different now. No time to wait, unless you have the safety fence, which for this one we could probably wait. There's time to wait, but we're kind of just going to get going here. Boulder will take out Ike, so we're just going to do that. And, try to figure out a way to get away here as well. But yeah, back to the banner. I don't know, it's still first impressions, so these are just like my early thoughts. Overall, like I said, it's not the craziest thing in the world. There's Mia, then there's Minerva. Actually, Minerva looks like the best unit there. Scratch. The dual unit, the harmonic unit, is the best unit there, because that Hilda is doing quite a bit of stuff. That's a lot of stuff that Hilda is doing, but Minerva looks really good as well. She's the demote. And she looks really good. Frozen still, I think, is like Sabotage. When that came out back in the Emblem Mike days, a little bit before, that was the best debuff in the game, and it took a while for people to realize. Like, I was early on that. I was like, man, this Sabotage thing is fantastic. And now I feel like Frozen is the new thing on the block. This Frozen debuff is fantastic. Very, very versatile in terms of its application. It can swing so many matchups, and I don't see it going away anytime soon. And it's kind of interesting that they're releasing it on so many units. I figured it would really be on units known for their debuffing, but they're kind of just now putting it on everyone. Which is a little bit odd, because you don't really consider Edelgard to be a major debuffer, but then still she has Frozen, which is good for her, but it wasn't really something that I would have considered placing in her kit. Like I was saying, Robin, Legendary Robin, the male, definitely must have Frozen, and I feel like that's one of the reasons we're getting so many new penalties, status effects, like the uplift. Is it the uplift or the other? I forget. Infiltrate, blah blah blah. Those are like good naming schemes, like, to be honest. But then also at a certain point, kind of get fatigued, and you're like, man, like, this is a lot of stuff. Can we stop? But yeah, I think Legendary Robin, I said this before, must get Frozen in his refine. I think that's the key thing that's going to help him to perform better. And of course, he's going to get some additional debuffs as well. I think Sabotage would be great on him, but that could be outsourced. That's not necessary, but I think the Frozen, at least, he has to get that. And then the other thing that he's lacking is a way to just do damage. Like, he needs something to help boost his damage potential based off the penalties that are being inflicted, and I think we've seen that before on like the Sanaki. That was a menace, dual Sanaki, who was a menace for a really long time, which is, I'm wondering, like, with all of the penalties and stuff that are currently in the game, if it's possible to revamp or revive New Year's. No. Duo Sanaki. I'm wondering if I should probably go back and check to see what her damage output is like now, with all of the debuffs that are going on, because she does have the dominance thing and something else that made her really powerful. So I'm wondering if it's possible for her to be good again, because I still have her in my barracks. I'm just not really using her. Her fall off was like just overnight, just disappeared like off the map, no longer good, which is very interesting to see, and I guess common for a lot of units in the game, way how power creep works or moves. But yeah, that should be another one that's interesting as well to check out. Like if you have the fodder for it, you can definitely check out that Sanaki and see how she's performing. But yeah, Robin will definitely be good once he gets his remix and refined. He's going to be a menace for a long time. I think if you have him merged up, that's one of them that will age well, because debuffs we're only getting more debuffs and penalties, and he will perform better. He just needs damage output, and he's going to get bulkier as well, because I'm pretty sure they're going to give him something that will help his defensive capabilities and to prevent him from dying in one hit on retaliation. So there's that. And also, we got the legendary female Robin, the brave female Robin refine from the Brave banner for this year as well. So that's something else to look out for.
What do I do?
Yeah, so that's something else to look out for. And we're going to see what they give to her, because I think one of her major weaknesses is not having no follow-up. But if she gets something like with Frozen, her B skill unfortunately will be, and it's kind of sad because her B skill is where a lot of her stuff is, so they're going to have to really supplement her weapon. And then her weapon is already so long and wordy, so I don't really know. It's gonna be weird. She's gonna be a weird one, because it's already so long. How much are they gonna shorten it? And then if so, how much else are you gonna add into her weapon? Because she already does so much. You have to give, the damage from her isn't her problem. Like her damage output, well, I mean, yes, of course she needs to be able to put out more damage, but that's not really the problem with her. I found that her not having no follow-up was a big issue. And then also, the rally spectrum is great, but I feel like she needs something else. So that's going to be an interesting refine and remix. Well, just refine it, of course, alongside the other Brave units from which I can't even remember who else was on that banner with her. Brave, I forgot who. I remember her because of the ice. I can't remember anyone else. Was that Alphonse's banner? I don't think it was. I don't know. I literally can't remember anyone else from that banner right now. Oh, you can do that? Wow. I didn't know you could do that. This is a different Diamant. I didn't know that you could put Diamant twice on defense. This is the first time I've seen this. Like, he had Diamant already on the team, and then the summoning circle, he was able to put another Diamant. I didn't think that was possible.
Name a target. At your
in
command.
Ether raids.
Name it, say the word.
Is that possible in Ether raids?
You have orders?
Well, yes, you can run like
Arthur, got
multiple
it.
peonies. I've seen that before, but I've never really seen a defense with the same unit. Because it's kind of a waste of... it's better to have multiple coverage. This is the first time I've seen someone have the same unit twice on defense. And, I mean, he just dies, but that's interesting. I didn't think you could do that, especially with the summoning hole. I thought it would prevent you from doing that since you already have the unit there. Does he have 2 diamants or something? I don't know. That's weird. But this one we're also done with. I guess I'll touch on the rest of the units on the banner in another video or something once I collect the rest of my thoughts. But overall, I just, primarily, I think the main thing, the art, the designs were kind of uninspired. They look pretty, but I mean, there's nothing unique about them to make this look like a seasonal banner. It just looks like, if you look at this banner, if you were just a new player, you think that these were just units that were going to be in the regular pool, you know? They give regular pool unit vibes, is what I'm saying. But yeah, GG's. This one's done. Yeah, see you in the next one.